Tommy time. We love Tom here. Tom's done some great things for us. We called him retiring. We called him unretiring. I don't care what anybody says. Check the data. Check the time card. We called that shit. All right? I'm sticking to my guns. We called that man retiring well before that he did.
Well before.
And then as he was retiring, we were on the mic saying he's going to unretire. I even tweeted out saying he's going to do the whole, like, the trading commercial where it's like, oh, he's being traded. And it's like, no, I'm just trading. Like, it was a mistake kind of thing. Anyways, this man got paid a bag for something he hasn't even done yet, for the future. He's getting paid $325 million to speak on Fox. Now, that's not the breaking news. Everybody knows this already. I didn't care about that. It's been bothering me, though, for the last few weeks because I'm like, what? You're Tom Brady. You have your own clothesline. You've talked about leaving because your wife wants to hang out with you more. You have kids. You have plenty of cash. So it's not a cash thing. Like, it's not, I'm here to make more money. I don't know if I'm going to make it, right? He is becoming more involved with social media, so I know maybe he's liking that more and liking that aspect. I can see that, but I was like, I don't know. That's a big ask, right? Then I got to thinking. You look around us, Steve. Let's take a minute. All right. A lot of these young guys and people and athletes and stars are buying teams. You got Ryan Reynolds. He owns a soccer team. Conor McGregor's trying to buy a soccer team. Derek Jeter had the Yankees or had partialship ownership. He left. Magic Johnson
Marlins, yeah.
Owns the Dodgers. I had a part ownership of the Dodgers and the Lakers. I'm pretty sure like that's kind of a wishy-washy now. A-Rod's now looking at the Marlins. Who else do we got? What else do I got for football players? LeBron owns a soccer team. I mean, these guys are getting more. Beckham owns a soccer team. That kind of makes sense. But these guys are getting more and more involved on buying teams. We're kind of getting, I felt like that second wind of new ownership. Like we were talking today about buying teams and when they were bought and how much they got bought for. It looks like the 70s was when all these teams got bought. So we were a little late to the party. And now all these guys bought it for like $20 million and now they're all worth like billions of dollars. So yeah. Great return, guys. Well,
that's definitely the long play. I mean, we're talking about, 50 years ago-ish? Yeah.
I mean, that's a great turnaround, I think, Steve, for 50 years. I think they won. But the second wave is starting to come. The second generation of guys with dumb money are buying stuff. Jordan, I'm pretty sure, has a part ownership of the basketball team. But these guys are making more money now, too, which they did not in the past. And I think this play is for him to get some more cheddar to go and buy, I'm going to say, a football team. This man's not going to settle for a soccer team. He's not going to settle for a soccer team. No way he buys a basketball team. That's a waste. Honestly, we looked at it. The Patriots are going to be too much. I don't think the Patriots sell. The Niners are expensive. They're like the fourth most expensive team. So I was like, what's a reasonable buy? Like, who can he go out there and get? Because here's the thing. Tom likes to win. Could you imagine this guy has his playing rings, and then he's going to be in ownership with rings? The guy will never get caught. Ever.
No, fingers. He's out of fingers. He's moving to toes at this point.
So my hot take is Tom's buying the Bucs.
Ooh, the Bucs. That's a good one. Okay.
They're like the 25th or 23rd ranked expensive team. They are worth, I'll give you that. Go ahead while I pull it up.
So he obviously played football at Michigan. He's not a Michigan guy. He's a California guy. That's where he's from. But he played football at Michigan. So I feel like Detroit could be in play.
The Lions? You think so?
Look, I mean, if you can, the other thing about Tom is he's always loves the underdog role. He went to Tampa Bay and turned them around and did it in style. So I think he likes the concept of not taking something that's already at a championship level. And obviously anything that you do with Detroit will make you look like a superstar if you can just get them into relevance. So I think that's out there.
They're $2.4 billion. Though, they're the third cheapest team.
If I had to pick, I'd go with the Saints. I think New Orleans is a great buy.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like that would just be a spot where they've had enough success in the past to where you're not rebuilding a franchise from the ground up, but you've got certainly a project on your hands. The Saints have got a huge fan base, an eclectic fan base that's passionate about their team. It's the only team in the state, so I don't know. Something about that just seems like it would jive. Could you see Tom on Bourbon Street? Let's go. What's up?
Help! You had an hour and a half to think this through, and you chose the Saints. Like, you had a good thing going with the Lions there. I thought that was a little crazy, but at least you had the home to connect. The Saints, Steve?
The Saints.
Like, are you just trying to are you big game booner? You're trying to clickbait people now? Like, what the hell? So
what's wrong with the Saints?
The Saints are cheaper than the Bucs. They're cheaper than the Bucs. So maybe you're onto something. Maybe you're laughing in my face. But I would say the Bucs, the Saints, the Lions. I kind of like that. But the Niners are my other pick. But I feel like they're too expensive.
Yeah, they're too expensive.
And there's too much. I was also looking too, like ownership. Like when it says like the Bears, they're owned by the McCaskey family. That's too deep. Like you're not.
Yeah. It'd be like trying to buy the Giants or the Steelers, where they have the Rooney connections and things like that. Like you're talking about like generational ownership, and you're not going to peel those teams out of the hands of that family. So it immediately eliminates some of those things.
The Niners are owned by Denise York and John York, so that could be a pry. He could pry that out of a couple.
Sounds fancy. Okay.
Now again, these are all pipe dreams, but Formula One car. Connor says he's going to buy a Formula One car. I could see that.
Ooh.
Everyone's getting into the Formula One game. I don't know how. Formula One has just gotten popular, like literally out of nowhere. Like
it makes a ton of money, and I don't know how.
Bro,
like,
I was thinking the same thing.
I've never watched a damn race.
Bro, I'm like, what is? It's because it's like the soccer, I guess. Like it's internationally, everybody watches it. But I'm like when it was in Miami and everyone's showing up, I'm like, not one of you superstars that ever watched a Formula One race, and you have no idea what's going on. It's like, I mean, you can say the same thing for the Kentucky Derby, I guess, but. Like you're just there because you're supposed to be there. It's one of those things.
Yeah, it's huge in Europe and Italy and all that stuff. So maybe it's just so far removed from us that we don't pay attention. It's like, I mean, it's like their NASCAR, I guess. So maybe there's something to it.
The Jags are worth $2.8 billion. They're the 26th ranked team for expensive money. $2.8 billion. So, and they made an operating income of $68.8 million. They've done better than most teams. We were looking at that earlier as well too.
Connor, good call. He could buy Netflix. Twitter, unfortunately, is off the market, it seems. So Netflix is a solid second option there.
That's true. We're in a weird stage where like all these companies they're gonna start getting bought out by like people who we've kind of watched grow. Like the next thing is Portnoy. He's gonna buy something. Well, just watch.
How does he not? I'm surprised that he doesn't have some major ownership.
He doesn't have cheddar like that. He's got cheddar, but he doesn't have Mark Cuban cheddar.
Right.